Here comes a new challenger!
Hello everyone, and welcome to a strange video. I had something pre-planned before, and then it didn't really come to fruition, so yeah, it didn't. It was supposed to come out today, but I didn't have time to edit it, so it wasn't a great video anyway, so we'll just move on to this video. This video will not be edited whatsoever, so that explains the length, whichever the length may be, because even I don't know what the length is. But the topic of the video is very clear and simple. Today's video is green alts, as a matter of fact, and we'll be going over every character's green alt. Now, a couple of rules is that there is no rules. We're just going to look at every character's best green. Alright, so if a character has multiple greens, then, well, we'll just go between whichever one's the best one, and we'll put it on this list. So, with that all being said, let's get right straight to the Miis, because the Miis are customizable, and so therefore they could or could not have green. And so I will not be putting them, as they have various greens and combinations with green. So now let's move on to naturally green. Now naturally green is their main focus, so let's just get right to it. K. Rool, naturally green. Luigi, of course, naturally green. The Piranha Plant is, well, it's a stem, so let's not count it. But the Lynx, naturally green. And as a matter of fact, Yoshi, naturally green. Alright, now Little Mac has some green, but I don't know if I should count it, so but you know what, I won't. I'm not gonna count it. No. Alright, we gotta have overall green, like a lot of green, not just like a little bit of green, right? So let's get started. I believe that's it. Oh, of course, Solo, naturally green. And so the rest of the tiers are simple. Worst green in the game, worst of the worst, bad greens, mech greens, good greens, naturally green, no green. So we're gonna find out today if they have no green. So Mario, starting off, sorry for the clicking of my mouse, but starting off, we have this. What is this green? This is poop brown. Literally dull here. What is this green? This green makes me want to die. This green, alright, where's Mario? Is a bad green. It's bad green. It's not the worst of the worst. No, definitely not. Right, Donkey Kong. Now, this green, iconic, okay? Iconic green. Very nice shade of green. Really blends with Donkey Kong color palette here. And the red tie, it all works so well together. Donkey Kong, got a good green. Very nice green. Now, for Link, obviously he has multiple greens, right? Because he has the Tunic of the Wild and the Twilight Princess color, but it doesn't matter because the green is attached to a terrible design. So, with that being said, let's put Link, wherever he may be, here he is, at worst of the worst. Gosh, why is the Tunic of the Wild so poorly designed? I mean, look, like, come on, shorts? Like, look at these pathetic shorts, and then you got these, like, not long sleeves, like, they only go past the elbow. Like, oh, so trash. Trash! Basura! Moving on, we have SAMUS, and SAMUS has a nice green, but it's also mad green. It would be nice, but you see the problem is this yellow. It looks like puke, and this red portion of the armor, they turn it more like orange-ish, like lighter red. It just doesn't look right. So bad greens, bad green. Next up we have Dark Samus. Alright, we're speed blitzing through this right now. Dark Samus, this is a terrible green. Free. Without question. Alright. Worst of the worst. But definitely not the worst in the game. We'll get to that quite soon, actually. Like I said, Yoshi is naturally green, so we're going to skip over. Now, Kirby, his green, it's so meh. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not good either. It's yellow. yellow feet, but this green is such a like unappealing green. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, green and yellow is just not a great combination in my opinion. It's like vomit. It's as if you puked, alright? You puked green and corn. Just like so thus terrible, but it's not bad on Kirby, so I can't call it a bad green, but I can't, so it's a meh green, you know, it's very meh. Pathetic. Now for Fox, in my opinion, not this one, but this one has a very green-esque focus. I think this one is his best green-focused ult, and by saying that, Fox, wherever he may be, will definitely move on to one of the best greens. Good greens, guys. Good greens. I like it. I like it. Now, Pikachu doesn't necessarily go green, but he does indeed have like a yellow-ish, green-yellow-green shade with a green headband. So for that, we'll have to put good green. It just works so well. Alright, this costume works very well. Luigi is naturally green, so we'll skip over him. Here we go. Alright, Ness. So remember that puke thing I mentioned earlier? It is embodied in this color. Green, yellow, puke, puke shirt, puke pants, puke shoes. It's like vomit incarnate. I hate this color. This color visibly makes me want to die. Just by looking at it. By far, alright, I think you might know where this is going, but Ness is green. The worst in that game. I've never known a more repulsive green in this game. There's only one that comes close, but he's much farther away. Regardless, next we have Falcon. Now, Falcon's green. Now, the gold actually complements, right? It isn't like this orangey yellow. It is this gold yellow. It shines. It highlights the green even more. Truly a magnificent green with the red scarf. It works insanely well. Captain Falcon, you have a good green. Now, Jigglypuff has the hat. Of course, iconic. And with this hat alone, purely with that, good green. Come on. It's without a question. Now, Peach, I don't know what to say, guys. This is all meh. I'm gonna be honest. This is the most meh green because it's just green. Like, there's no other real colors other than just green. That's it. It's just green, dark green. It's like, hey, it's meh. Like, it's a meh green. I'm gonna be honest. Moving on, we have Daisy here, and Daisy has a bad green. Like come on, like I don't even think she has a better green ult because that one is already bad. Yeah, that's it. Like, that's it. Like, this is the only part that goes green, and this costume's way better, but it's not even the main focus. But like with Fox's, this is just like, oh, like vomit again. The vomit dress, like, oh, it's so gross. It's so gross looking. So moving on, we have Bowser. Now, Koopa. Now this green, very nice shade of green. The green and red aesthetic works very well with him. You know, Bowser has a good green. All right, very nice green. I was checking to see if he had another one, but this green, very nice, very complimentary of him. He rocks that green. All right. You may be wondering why I'm doing this tier list. It's primarily because so many characters have so many bad greens. Now in this instance, Popo is the only one with a green color because, well, even the colors I focus on Nana, there's no green. So for Popo's sake, we'll just say this green is, well, a meh green. It is the meh-mest of green. If we're gonna count Nana, then this green in combination with the yellow is literally, it's bad, but we're only focusing on Popo, so there you go. I wish there was a Sopo thing on this tier list. That'd be nice. Alright, Sheik, this green is meh. It's meh beyond a reasonable doubt. Meh green. I don't even have to explain why it's meh. You already know why it is a meh green. And the same kind of applies to Zelda, honestly. Like, it's not a bad green at all, honestly. It's just, it's not, you know, it's not too pizzazz. It's just sort of there. Plus, they changed her hair color, and it looks weird. The hair tint they choose. It's like a limeish yellow. Like it just it's a meh green. Dr. Mario's green though, top tier green. This green, nice, very nice. So by therefore, good green. Alright guys, let's move on. Now Pichu, I believe, does not have any green on him. So, yeah, no, if I recall correctly, that's right, Pichu has no green, and thus he goes in the no greens tier. Because he got no greens. In a sense, he's actually safe. Now Falco, I believe, has 2 greens, but this one sucks. And this one is meh. So I guess we'll go with the meh one, and thus Falco has a meh green, you know, meh, this meh. Falco actually doesn't have a lot of good colors, honestly, I'll be honest. Moving on to Marth, of course. Marth has green. This green, puke green. Unlike with Falcon, this gold really doesn't shine and highlight the green. It's meh. It's just bad. It's a bad green. Moving on though to Lucina, we're rapid firing this. Now if we're going by the Nelly costume, then this green pretty trash. And if we're going by Tiki, then it's pretty meh. So I would say we're gonna go with meh tier on this one, boys and girls and everything in between. Next up, Yink, Young Link, you already know, so let's move on. Ganondorf. Ganondorf has this puke green. I don't like it. It's definitely not the worst, but it definitely isn't meh. It's bad, and therefore Ganon will be in bad greens. Look at this. What is this? You got the puke yellow shine of the armor. I believe that's it. I mean, outside of this, he turns green. Does that count? I don't think it should. Moving on, now Mewtwo actually had a green in Melee, but in this one he doesn't really. I mean, he has this like lemon-ish color, but that's about it. He doesn't really have a green. He had a green in Melee, and if he had it, I would have put him in good greens, but because it's a shiny. But unfortunately, he doesn't really have that green. He has a shiny from the original Red and Blue, I believe. So anyways, moving on to Roy. Now Roy actually has a nice green. The armor of the gold really shines on Roy, and the choices of green and teal work very hand in hand with each other. Therefore, Roy has indeed, sit with me now, a good green. Alright, moving on though, we have his Echo Fighter Chrom. Now Chrom's green is by far trash. It's vomit. They puked all over the cape. And this green is so pale. It's trash. Basura. We have to move on. Oh, it's so bad. It's a bad green. It's just a bad green. How are you so much worse than Roy? Come on. Now, Game & Watch. Next up, this isn't really green. We have, I believe he has, this is green, and I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. I think the outline is like, and yeah, it's a pretty meh green in my opinion. So we'll put him in meh tier. If I remember correctly, I think Meta Knight has a pretty bad one. Yeah, it's just all green, and then I believe they don't change the sword tint. They only change it for these 2 colors. So yeah. But otherwise, still pretty meh green, I would say. I mean, they even turn the mask kind of greenish. It's just ugly, and then you have like this pale pink. It just doesn't work, in my opinion. So we'll go with meh green. It's not terrible. It's very meh, very eh. Moving on though, we have Pitts. Now Pitts' green is meh for a couple of reasons. One, this sort of all blends in together. The only thing that doesn't is the red scarf and wings. And here we have some gold here, but it doesn't really stand out. It's sort of like a mesh, you know? Like outside of these red, you won't, you know, Pitt won't really be green. He's just a blob of green. It just doesn't work well, so we'll put in bad green. of course. Now, Dark Pit, Echo Fighter, of course, we have to cover him. Now, what is Dark Pit's green? Now, this is what I'm talking about. You see, even though his version has the green scarf and but the blue wings really complement the green. It really complements Dark Pit's green aesthetic, and the color choices for the green is very nice looking, very pleasing on the eyes. And they chose 2 different variants of green to really fit that style of Dark Pit. I think Dark Pit definitely won out in the green department between the 2 of them. So definitely, Dark Pit, you have a very good green. Moving on though, we move on to Zero Suit Samus now. I don't think she has a green. 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, she does. Oh, it's bad. It's not even a bad. It's just worse than the word. Oh. If they reverse the colors, if this was dark and this was the lighter green, now maybe I'd be saying something else. But oh my god, the color choices here. It's so bad. Now moving on, Wario actually has 2 greens, but one of them sucks and one of them's actually awesome. So this one sucks a lot, but as I said, one of them's great. It's not this one. It's this one. This green vest, and even if you want to count the other one that showed up earlier, it's a very good green. So 2 good greens minus 1. Come on, it's like 2 greens, 2 good greens. All right, but that one green really does suck. I mean, literally he's in sewage, poop. Like this overalls is a combination of all his farts. Come on, it's so ugh. Now Snake bite. I mean, come on. How do you not think this is not a good green? Or even with this, come on. It's good green, alright? Good greens. Okay? Good green. Next up, we have Ike. Ike has 1 green, but man, is this green sucko. The brown and the green with a pale yellow. It's not a very interesting. I'm sorry, big Ike fan, forgive me, but you know. Now for this case, we're gonna separate them, right? So in terms of Ivysaur, this green, very nice. So we're gonna put Ivysaur's green at it's not actually it's not that great. It's mostly just all green with the red thing, but whatever. Next up, we have this puke Charizard. Come on. How do you not see that as the worst? As for Squirtle, he joins them, bro. Bro, like, what did they do to this Squirtle to deserve such a bad green? As for the trainers themselves, I mean, Leaf's got a... oh, man. But Red doesn't really have a green. Yeah, so Red does not have a green. Hold up, whoops. And Leaf has a good green. So, you know, just the trainer itself, good green. You know, of course, if I had to put them all together, then it would be this one, since 3 of the Pokemon are green. In which case, Ivysaur would carry it, but it'd still probably be in meh or bad greens. So there you go. Now Diddy Kong. Green is not his forte. All right, they chose with this lighter brown orange. I don't like how it tried. Like, I mean, it makes each other color stand out, but I don't know. There's something about this choice of color. It's kind of vomit to me. So I think it's a pretty bad green, in my opinion. Next up, we have Lucas, and Lucas has one of the best green colors in the game. Look, it has Boney on the shirt. Come on. Automatically good green. Now Sonic. And why this choice of blue sucks? It looks like purple. The green, just no. Just no. Worst green of all time. One of the worst greens. Still not worse than Ness's, but there is one that comes close. Now this is a nice green. Y'all already know why it's a nice green. We don't even have to go into detail of why it's such a nice green. It's a nice green. Now, Olimar has a pretty meh green, in my opinion. Where is Olimar? He's got a pretty meh green. However, Alf is on that list, and Alf has a superb green. So good green. Very nice. Good job, Alf. You did amazing out there. Lucario, though, however, now this one ain't so bad. It's this one that's terrible. So if we're gonna go with this other one, the better one, I would say, it's still pretty meh. Where is Lucario? Oh, there he is. Meh green. But seriously, no, that green and pink, ugh. But this one ain't so bad. This one's actually, it works. It's nice, but it's not, it's you know, kind of blends in, because they're both pretty kind of palish colors. So yeah, but either way, not a bad green. Now Rob, come on. Y'all already know. If you don't know, then I don't know what's wrong with you. All right, good green. Toon Link, we already went over him. You know, naturally green, it works too well. It's his best green. Wolf, however, on the other hand, his green is kind of lacking, honestly. I feel like it should have been purple with green highlights instead of purple, like on like under the vest and all that sort of stuff. And then we have like this green and lime green lining. It's pretty meh, honestly, guys. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Moving on, we have Villager. Now, Villager has various villagers, so we'll just go over the best villager. It's obviously this one, because or is the other one just this one? I mean, this one's even still good. And in my opinion, with both villagers, I think that they both belong in pretty good greens. They're pretty nice colors overall. The green is very nice on both of them. Now, whether or not you find this face horrifying is up to you, but I don't think so. I think the greens are nice on both. Now for Mega Man, he does have a bad green, but a good green too. Good green in the form of Leaf Shield. I mean, the white and green work so well together. But this green, Slash Man's green, Slash Claw's green, it's literally vomit. But we're not rating the worst, we're rating the best. And thus the best goes to good greens. But this is trash. Next up, we have Wii Fit. Now, there are two Wii Fit trainers, and they both have a green. So on female Wii Fit and on male Wii Fit, the green just complements the black very nicely. So we're going to put them together in good greens. Incredible. Next, we have Rosalina and Luma, and as far as I'm aware, this is kind of like the only real green they have. Every other color is not, you know, green. It's just not green. So, and it's just pretty meh because it's not really green either, but it is technically. So we'll put it in meh greens. It's not the worst thing in the world, but like definitely could do better. Now with Mac, if we're counting this, which I really should, honestly, because you know the green pants, the green boxing gloves. But even if we were not to count that, we still have the green hoodie, which in itself is still top tier. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to put him in naturally green. I decided to make my decision naturally green focused. So there you go. But if you know, if I didn't put him there, he would be in good greens. So either way, Mac is a winner. Moving on though, we have Greninja. And gosh, is his green? It's trash. It is. Oh no, why it is. It is one of the worst of the worst in my opinion. It just is so bad. It's such a bad, like the yellow tongue. It's like he's sick. It's like we gotta put him down. He's sick. Oh no, it's such a bad green. Palu, from what I remember, has a pretty okay green. It's not the best green ever. It's not a really great green, but it complements her. But it's not. It's a pretty meh green. It's a green that it's not bad, but it's not good. It's, you know, it's kind of there. Pack, from what I recall, has no green. And I am correct. Okay, Pack, well, you saved yourself, honestly. Let's be real here for a second. Next up, we have Robin. Now, Robin, I believe only male Robin has the green, so we're going to only rate him. Female Robin will go in no greens. And in terms of male Robin, his green, pretty nice looking, right? It's not the worst green. You got some teal in there. It really highlights, really stands the cloak out. The gold works really well in this costume. And like I said, you got the inside that's teal. It's just a good, nice looking green. It's just a nice looking green. As for female Robin, I know she doesn't have one, but we'll go through either way. But either way, she does not have a green, as you see. So there you go. Just to prove it. Next up, we have Shulk. Shulk doesn't really have a green, so we'll put Shulk in no green. Alright, moving on. Bowser Jr. is weird because Bowser Jr. is just alts, in which case Bowser Jr. himself would count, I guess, as naturally green-ish, I would assume, but we still have Iggy. Either way, I guess it's technically would count as naturally green, so we'll move Bowser Jr. to naturally green. Now, I know Bowser, you know, for some people it's like, but Bowser's green is not too over exaggerated outside of the shell, and I guess the same would apply to Bowser Jr., but considering Bowser Jr. only has alts, it's kind of hard to rate, so it'd either be good green or naturally green, but for the purposes of this video, I'll put him in naturally green, just so we don't get confused. Now moving on, we're going to focus on the dog, and well, the dog obviously doesn't really have green, and the duck does. I guess we could count, but I guess it's really tough to say in this instance. So I guess we'll just go with this one, and the dog is nice either way. Duck Hunt, no matter the dog, it's just a nice color. So good green. Even though I kind of don't want to count it, but I guess we will for this instance. Now Ryu has a highlighter color, which is in itself a green. And in my personal opinion, maybe it's some bias, but hey, I think this green works well. It's a light lemon yellow green, but I think it works well in Ryu's case. The gi, it just stands out apart from Ryu's himself. So you know what? In Ryu's case, it's a good green, of course. But with Ken, however, with Ken, I wish I could say the same thing. This green is trash. The purple and green, the dark purple and green don't complement each other at all. Worst of the worst greens. Come on, Ken, you should do better than that. Next up we have Cloud, and I believe this is only the real green. It's more tealish. Everything else is like whatever. So I mean, if we're gonna go by that, I guess we'll go with like meh green. Meh green would work, right? Alright, Corrin. Corrin, I believe male Corrin is the only one with green, unless it's female Corrin. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll check out, and yes, it is. And this green actually works really nice with the black. Again, black and green just work really well with each other, and the teal hair, it just complements each other, along with the red cape, making the cape and the rest of the costume stick out. Very nice, very good. And of course, female Corrin does not have a green. But we're almost to the end with Bayonetta. Bayonetta. This green, not a very good green in my opinion. It's just the dark green doesn't really work, along with these like pale green leggings on the, and then these really bright green under the glove. I just don't like it. So therefore, Bayonetta, you have a pretty meh green. Actually, you know what? No, we'll go with bad. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. But Inkling, alright, so if I recall correctly, I think both male and female have a green. But maybe I'm wrong. I am wrong. Okay, well, female Inkling does not, but male does, and come on, it's just good. No matter what you may think of the design, I just think it's a very nice green. It's just a good green. Now Ridley's green is kind of I know it's a reference, but I forget the reference. But come on, like the really dark greens don't work well. Like it just doesn't. It just doesn't. It really doesn't. Now, Simon, I believe, does not have a green, if I recall correctly. But maybe I'm wrong. Nope, he just does not have a green. So we'll put him at no green. Richter, on the other hand, does indeed have a green. A green, and a green it is. And this green, the lime yellow highlights, just, it's not very great. I mean, the only thing keeping it nice is the pants, but like the pants could have been black and it could have saved it, and so could the inside. So it's not a good green at all, guys. It's a pretty bad green. I don't know how people can ever use this one. K. Rool, naturally green. Isabel, she has a green shirt in this one, but let's see if she does have another green, maybe just to, yeah, this green, nice green. It's just like, come on, very nice, very good greens for Isabel. Congratulations, Isabel. Now, Incineroar, oh no! What is this? This one is trash, as a matter of fact. Okay, you know what? It's so bad. You know what? There you go. Worst greens in the game. Easily, these two make me want to puke. Look at it. Look at how bad this is. What is this? This is the most disgusting. This is Mountain Dew and Incineroar. This is one of the grossest looking colors I've ever seen in this game outside of Nessa's green. These two greens belong together. They are the worst greens in the game. Worst of the worst. Alright, moving on, Piranha Plant. Now, if I recall correctly, Piranha Plant does have a... I think we just skipped it, actually. Yeah, I did. Being this one. This one's primarily green and yellow, and it complements each other very well. So, by therefore, we will put Piranha Plant in naturally green. I mean, sorry, good greens. And we could have put Piranha Plant in naturally green, but, you know. Now, Joker himself doesn't have a green at all. So, well, you already know the rest of the story. So, we'll put him in no greens. Now, for Hero, outside of Solo, as you see, none of the other heroes have a green. You know, they don't have a green. So, therefore, these guys would go down here. We're almost nearing the end with Banjo and Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie. Alright, here we go. We have this. This color's ugly. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Now, normally, I would say the black and green complement each other. And in this case, it kind of does, but the purple doesn't really work well with this type of green and the grayish fur. I know it's supposed to be a Gruntilda reference, but just because it's a reference doesn't make it a good green. And the green beak and eyes and that's just, it does not look great. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And the color choice, no, it's a pretty bad green. I'm gonna be honest. Now with Byleth, with Terry, because I just want to skip over Terry's, because Terry has one of the worst in the game. Oh my god, someone pooped on your pants, bro. You look at that. Like, someone pissed on these pants, bro. The jacket, the hat, like, it's not. Just does not work well. And the gloves, it's just everything about it is so bad. By the way, this isn't funny, by the way, just so we're clear. This right here is not hilarious. Alright, if you find this funny, please just look. I only did it once as a gag, but this Mii costume is not hilarious. Please just stop. Anyways, moving on, we have our final two DLC characters, Byleth and Min Min. So for Mei, so technically the Sophist color, and I think they kind of have a green, in which case I'll put both of them in good greens, as Enlightened is a very nice color. And finally we have Min Min. You know, the green isn't overbearing on Byleth, so that's all. But now finally for Min Min we have this color, which, I'll be honest, is not a great green. It's like a yellow. I mean, it's not bad, but it's a meh green, and thus ends the tier list. This is the green tier list, guys. If you enjoyed, please tell me, what are your thoughts? How am I wrong? And if I'm wrong, then you're wrong. You know how this works. Everyone has an opinion, but yours is the wrong one. But seriously, leave a comment down below what you think. If you enjoyed, subscribe, and tell me what I should make a tier list on next. Anyways, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace. You can be counted to